And here comes our first vessel of the day, and as you can tell from this flag, it is a really windy day down here today, and it's gonna make for some interesting situations for sure as our boats try and come into the dock. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here visiting Boynton Beach. So our cap's trying to line it up to come in on this dock, but as we can see, the wind's kind of telling him no. And he probably should just let the wind do its thing. I mean, if he just lets it roll, the wind will push him into the dock over on his port side. So Cap's kind of pulling back out, gonna reset it up one more time. But man, on these super windy days, especially down here at Boynton, there's not a lot of protection. So it makes for a really super tough time for these captains when they're coming in, especially if they're trying to dock into the wind. I mean, they've got to use a lot of power to get the vessel to come in at the right angle. So our captain backs all the way out and is going to try lining this one up one more time, but I'm curious to see now if he's going to keep that approach and try and go docking into the wind. And it kind of looks like he is. He's still going to give it one more attempt on that. I mean, and this is the right way to do it. If you're going to try it, you've got to come heavy bow in, use that power, and then kick the stern around at the last moment. But okay, we're switching now. Good call, Cap. That's what I would do as well. Go ahead and switch the lines, let the wind do its thing, and let it just push you lightly into the dock. And oh no! Our girl goes down! She was trying to move the line across the front of the bow, and she goes overboard. She's in the water. She appears to be okay, but man, that was a crazy one. She was just reaching out with her foot, trying to go for the dock. And the freeboard was so high, she was so far off the dock, she just winds up going in. So our girl leaves the boat. Cap's trying to get it tied up, it looks like. And I think she's walking up the ramp now. Which is probably, that's the easiest move at this point. I wouldn't try climbing up onto the dock. Walk up the ramp and you can come around. And here we go. She's going to be coming down the dock here in a moment. But that's a crazy situation right there. Man, the good news in this one, she's okay. I mean, she's walking and coming back down to the boat. And everything seems to be, what in the world? Our crew's gonna get a twofer here. She just went in, and this boat looks like it's gonna hit them to add insult to injury here at the last second. So they do get it stopped right there. Man, for a moment I'm like, what? You go overboard, and you think you've had a bad day already, and then another boat comes in, and you're like, oh, but we're gonna get hit by another boat too. But no, it looks like they're gonna be able to hold this one off. But our crew appears they're having some sort of mechanical difficulty. There's a guy, you can't see it quite in the screen, but he's on, they are gonna hit. He's on the dock with the line, and the boat's drifting because the wind again is moving from right to left across the screen, so it's drifting the boat out there. Now our cap's like, bro, what are you doing? Your engine's hitting my boat. They gotta get a stern line or something to kind of walk this one all the way over. This is a little bit of madness right here. As not what I would expect. So they get it past their boat finally. But now what is the Key West doing? Is it trying to come in on these docks as well? Oh man, there's several open docks to the left. I don't know why everybody's piling right here into these ones. Obviously the vessel was some sort of mechanical failure. They just went for the closest dock. And this Key West is gonna pull out of here. But man, what a start down here at Boynton as we get somebody overboard in the first few minutes we're down here, and then we get another vessel that winds up hitting a vessel. I mean, we could almost end the episode here, but we're not. We still got a full day down here at Boynton. I'm sure there's more to come. But man, what a crazy situation to get us started. Now this is several minutes later as both of our vessels we saw come in first now have their trailers down here in the water and they're trying to get them loaded up, but Cap from the Overboard vessel, man, he's struggling to get this thing on. The wind's just pushing him into the dock, so he's kind of got on the throttle, as we can tell a little bit now, to try and force the boat up here. And I'm sure his frustration's probably set in with a lot of things that have gone on already as they're trying to end their day. But I mean, it's just one of those super windy days. You can tell by the flag once again blowing here. It was trying to pin him against the dock, which can be difficult sometimes. He couldn't get it just to line up with the trailer right and wound up having to use a heavy throttle hand to try and get it on. And I mean, I think he's there now. Kind of tough to tell because it looks like he's still a little too far to the left. And he's still got the engine on as he's trying to keep it on the trailer and maybe get it a little further up. But double checking his spacing again. And back onto the throttle, trying to get it over. I mean, he's really trying to force this one. But I think he's got it where he wants it now. Yep, he's trimming it out, and that'll be a done deal for him. And here comes one of our next vessels in a little later here in the day, and as you can tell, as it's gotten a little closer to evening, the wind has really calmed down. I mean, you can see the flag on this boat is almost not even moving anymore. And that just shows you what a few hours can do when you're out here on the water. One moment, it's windy as all get out, and everybody's struggling, and then it gets a little calmer, and things become much easier. And I say that, and our crew's still drifting off the dock as they approached. So Cap's going to try and bring the bow in on this one and see if he can get it back over there. And I think Wifey's up in the bow, it looks like. She might be going for a leap to try and get him over. And here we go. He's going to reverse the stern in. I mean, again, he's level with the dock there, but he's still pretty far off. I mean, in a situation like this, if it's pushing against you, if you can just get one surface of the boat close enough to the dock, you've got somebody on board who can get off. You can at least get some lines off and have them walk you in. So Cap's going to start messing with the throttle a little bit again, trying to get this over. If you can get the bow close enough, she can get off, grab the lines, and pull the boat over. And there we go. She's off. Has a line. Just got to get a stern line over to her to be able to work it all out. And it looks like they're going to be good to go. And speaking of good to go, we're going to go ahead and get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, who do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.